Hello and welcome, this is Rooflemonger. So my friends, Season 3 of Dragon Ball FighterZ has now been out for a little bit, and obviously while it changed a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff, one of the biggest deals was obviously all the new assists. And with that said, and since it's been a long time since I've done one of these for Dragon Ball FighterZ, I figured it'd be fun to do a top 10 of the new assists in Dragon Ball FighterZ. So these will be listed specifically for the B-type assists, as the C-type assists, for the most part, kind of all do the same thing. Maybe they do them a little bit differently, but they're all kind of the same assists in the end, whereas the B assists are much more varied. So that said here, let's start with number 10. So coming in at number 10 here is Ginyu and his B-type assist. So the B-type assist lets you call all 4 Ginyu Force members in order, just like you could normally if Ginyu is up. And admittedly, it can be awkward to use at times, but it is also very strong when you have the exact right thing you need up in the rotation to help you out. So first up here, like Guldo, solid enough, zoning tool. The Guldo projectile tracks, if you don't know. The Raccoon Knee, as you can see, wall bounce, that's good. The Birder Call goes wherever the enemy is. So even if you're like way up here, hey, there's Birder, right? And Jace, much the same here. Jace will go wherever the enemy is, and also has a vicious dunk. As you see, we are very high up on the screen, and Jace managed to dunk all the way down, from which point we can recombo, do all that kind of stuff, right? So once again, awkward a little bit, yes, but the potential, and especially if you have the right moment with the right assist up on deck, or rather the right call up on deck, the Ginyu Force assist, the new assist, can be really cool and really fun. Next up is Dragon Ball Super Broly's B-type assist, which is the Eraser Blow. So what is so good about this is it controls airspace. That is one of the reasons why the GT Goku assist was so classically useful, because, hey, angled upwards, right? And now we have another assist that kind of takes up a similar space. Now, it has a couple notes about it, like unlike the main Broly Eraser Blow, you're not going to get the cinematic with it. It doesn't have the hit of armor or nothing, just so you know. But still, controlling that airspace is very valuable, since no one else really does it besides GT Goku. So you can safely approach, toss it out, and if they're in the air, you'll rip them out of the air, go from there. Also has a decent amount of hit stun, which is pretty reasonable to follow up with. Like, you have enough time to visually assess if you get the hit or not. And yeah, it's just good in that way. It doesn't need to be much more than what it is. If I had to compare the two, I think the GT Goku assist is probably just a little bit better. But overall, I'm very happy there's just another assist that controls airspace, because once again, that was part of the reason why the GT Goku assist was so good, and now at least we have a viable alternative. Coming in at number 8 is the Majin Buu B-type assist, the Fat Toss. And honestly, that's kind of crazy. I'm happy it's in here. I love it. So it is the Fat Toss as it stands here. So it is a capture state. So if you played like Mortal Kombat and Sub-Zero froze you, same idea. You're stuck, right? And in neutral, if you manage to get hit by this, that means it is full combo time, guaranteed, right? That is something you got to watch out for. For recombo stuff here, they did tame it a little bit, because if it catches you airborne, it won't ground you immediately. I mean, you can't get a guaranteed like grounded Dragon Rush into whatever and combo out, right? But still, it's pretty solid as it stands. It does have good screen control-ish. It's a little slow to start up, as you can see here, but the fact that it will go to corner, it's not one of those deals where it's going to only partially go mid-screen, shore up, and fall down, right? So it's cool that it can control the screen, and once again, you can just chuck it, and if you get hit, the reward is so much more than just like hitting with a random beam, or just just something where you just get the one hit and you're done, because it's combo city if this hits out. I'm sure in the future people are going to find out some downright dastardly things with this setup as well, because the Fat Toss is an incredibly powerful move. But for now, even as it stands without all this fancy tech, it's just downright good. So next up, I would like to mention the new Kid Buu assist. So Kid Buu, always someone who had a classically strong assist, and now he has the Mystic Ball. Now, you might say, well, the Arm Ball move is also very good, right? The classic one that just holds people in lockdown, and yes, it is, 100%. A lot of teams are built around that exact assist, right? Where they'll do Arm Ball, keep you in block stun, then, time for mix-ups, all that kind of stuff, right? But what that doesn't give you, which is what the new version here, the new Mystic Ball here gives you, is real combo ability and just general stuff that works out. So if you have the Arm Ball assist, yes, your block pressure is amazing, right? but that's about it. You can recombo with it for in some ways, some characters, they can make some use of it. But this guy right here, as you see here, he just does the mystic ball and he dunks it into the ground. And then he launches it back up, and then lordy, 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 it's the easiest thing to combo after this thing. It gives it a general usefulness that the arm ball just can't work with, right? So if you had that high block stun, mix-up team, great. But if you just want to sack Kid Buu on a regular team that doesn't really deal in a lot of that kind of mix-up stuff, then that assist was just simply not as valuable, right? Whereas this guy works in all sorts of situations and is applicable just across the board everywhere. Also, the block stun on this guy is not even bad, like just north of 30, which makes it just, I guess, a couple frames a little bit more than average. 30 is about average. So it's not even bad block stun either. You can certainly use it and certainly work with it. So it's just very interesting just across the board. And it'll definitely be very useful for teams that didn't need the 50-plus frame block stun advantage, right? So it just gives him basically an assist that makes him more generalized for a lot of teams, which I like. Frieza. Frieza is another character that got a more generalized assist to help deal with the hyper specificity of the previous one. So Frieza did have the pillar first. The pillar is cool, but it has a minimum distance, which made it very difficult here. The old death ball, don't care about that. It is a classic style projectile that goes across the screen. Now, this game's not hurting for that or beam style projectiles or whatever, right? But one thing that I find it very fun and very valuable with is this. So say we set the enemy to block, and we turn out here, and our frame advantage here is 11, which makes it very, very low block stun. So Trunks here also had a very low block stun assist, and this is even more. Now you might say, well, less block stun, well, that's bad, right? Well, yes and no. There's some good about it. If you're not aware, assist overwrite the last block stun that happened. So it means certain things like this now start working. So I'm going to be doing my Android 16 auto combo here, the one that has the grab at the end. And I'm going to use the Frieza assist here to hit in between the second and third hits, overwrite the block stun, and then they'll be out of block stun, basically the frame the grab could connect, because you can't grab people in block stun normally. And let's go from there. As you can see right there. So thanks to the Frieza assist overwriting the block stun of the second hit, I can now use the auto combo and use that grab and just chuck them. So that kind of offense is a lot harder to deal with than this usual, waiting for block stun. And either you try to react to grabs or overheads or lows or whatever, right? Since this is kind of baked in timing here, it's very easy to get people. And this works for multiple characters. This isn't 16 only, right? Anyone who has a grab at the end of an auto combo, so like Cell's another example, you can use this. And that's all thanks to the very low block stun. So even though generally speaking high block stun on assist is better, there are examples where low block stun is good. Now Frieza has an example just like it. Now we're coming to Beerus. Beerus's B-type assist is very useful. He is one of the characters that his original assist was a little awkward to use, and the dunk is anything but awkward. The dunk is just solid all around. So it forces a ground bounce, so if you're doing any kind of combo, recombo stuff here, like doing your basic stuff here, rebounce, recombo, all that kind of stuff. It's fantastic. Also, talking about block stun here, because it's an important thing for an assist here. Block stun is pretty decent here, coming at 33, so just very slightly above average. So it is good in that aspect as well. Now, it isn't to say his original assist was without merit, because it certainly had some stuff with it, right? But it was just weird and awkward versus this guy, which is just a giant wall of hitbox that is incredibly easy to work with on offense or block strings or whatever you want, right? So if you had to use the original assist kind of like a scalpel because it was very particular, needed in very specific situations, the B-type assist is just a sledgehammer. It's just, you use it, it works. I can't say too much more about it. I actually love this one a lot, not the least of which it's just a cool looking move, right? But yeah, so very happy with this assist here, and I think a lot of Beerus players are happy with it as well. Base Goku has one of the most unique assists in the game with everyone lend me your energy B-type assist, as it will gain you 75% of a bar every time you do it. Not only that, say you bring him in, right? Each one of those charges does charge up the Spirit Bomb move by 1 level. So we just started fresh, no Spirit Bomb. And hey, we already had the level 3, which goes directly into the level 3 Spirit Bomb Super, right? So on multiple levels, it's quite good. Now, I guess the big thing is, and as we go on, we'll figure out if it's worth it. Obviously, this move can't hit you, right? It gives you bar, and the bar is great. Bar is the lifeblood of this game, to be sure. But if I'm doing this kind of thing here, hey, no block stun. If I try to bring you down, no recombo, right? It's just bar, that's it, nothing else. Now, that all said, judicious use of this move will gain you many meters over the course of a game, right? Anytime you call him, that's almost a full bar right there, 75%. And if you are playing a team very heavily invested on burning bar, then he's the perfect battery for it, right? And of course, once again, with him getting the spear bomb charges for his own use when he finally comes in live, having a guaranteed level 3 is certainly not nothing at all, right? It's a very big move that you normally have to do a lot of charging to get. But yeah, so as of this time here, because team building stuff is still in its infancy right now in Season 3. We'll see where it goes, I guess. But I gotta say, I love this move here. Very similar to a move in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the Dark Harmonizer from Morgan. And that found a lot of use over the years as well, building meter and all that kind of stuff. So I think this should do just fine in the end once we start figuring stuff out. For number 3, because, you know, I had to mention it at some point, everyone who got a beam assist. Beam assist obviously very valuable in this game, and everyone who got some variation of the beam assist, hey, they're very happy to have it, right? Beam assists are still as strong as they ever were, right? We have more options now, thankfully, so we can play around a bit more, so they're not quite as mandatory as they used to be, but they're still really good, and any team will be happy to have one. So, hey, everyone who got a beam assist, they place on this list. Coming in at number 2 is the new Tien assist here, where he calls Chaozu. So first up, before anything else, because it's pretty multi-layered, one, it gains meter. Unlike other assists, other assist calls don't gain meter, except for the new base Goku assist, right? And I think that is pretty cool. Second up here, he's not subject to the usual rule of 2. As normally when Tien himself, if he's the one in play and he calls Chaozu, you can call Chaozu twice, and that's it. So you can call him twice, and the third time will always fail. Now after the failure, it'll go back to normal, right? 2 more, and then it'll fail again. But the assist itself can never fail. It always works the way it should work. So gains bar always works. Hey, these are great. And also, it's basically the replacement / alternative to the Gotenks assist, as it works in much the same way as it tracks everywhere on the screen. So say even if I'm at the tip top of the screen, it will indeed work. And I can do all the same crazy stuff that usually only Gotenks lets you do, right? And I think that's very cool and very valuable, to say the least, right? I'm very happy there's an alternative style of that assist. Now, some things to note here, because it is pretty unique, right? Gaining meter, all that. So when you're looking at like frame advantage stuff here, it doesn't quite have the same block stun as the Gotenks assist does. So say we're using it here. So Gotenks is 46 frames, and the Chaozu is at 40, right? So the Gotenks assist is a little bit better at doing that kind of stuff if you're looking for like very high pressure setups for block stun and all that kind of stuff. But other than that, it's just another one of those, and it's very unique. Tien had a pretty standard stock assist too in the Dodon Ray, and the Dodon Ray also got buffed as well. It's a lot better than it used to be. Has a lot more minimum hit stun time. But other than that, you know, it was no beam, right? Like I would have gladly traded for a Kamehameha any day of the week, and now having this here, just very useful in a variety of situations. Be it hits, combos, block stun, gains your meter, right? Just a little bit more for every combo. That's fantastic. So yeah, very happy with it, and I think it's the second best assist that got introduced in Season 3 of Dragon Ball FighterZ. And coming in here at number 1 is Bardock, because the rich get richer, right? Bardock has the Tyrant Lancer as an assist here, and man, oh man, like where to start? So hey, I can see here a lot of hit stun. I have a lot of time to react to the hit, right? Has a ton of block stun. So if we do the old block stun check here, as you can see here, Tyrant Lancer, 46, pretty good. Well and above of average, right? So in and of itself right there, a lot of hit stun, a lot of block stun. These are good things, right? You want both. Except now here's the real kicker here, the range. So like, hey, only comes in, okay, that's cool, right? Seem to teleport a bit. What if we're full screen? Oh. Okay. So it literally hits from full screen. You know, it's not a beam. It's not a Kamehameha. I guess in that regard, it's just better in a way, especially for combo ability. Because, yeah, So you could be doing something really basic, like, hey, basic Heat Blast spam, right? And did I get a hit? Cool, call Bardock. And then, you know, go from there, right? It's really that simple. The range is what makes it truly ridiculous, to say the least. And, you know, not that it was rare to see Bardock by any stretch, right? Bardock's certainly always one of the most popular characters in this game since its inception of him being added. But with this, man, oh man, oh man. Like, Lariat was a perfectly fine assist here before, right? It was good. It was good. Like, there's no argument against it. It worked. And now he's got this monstrosity. So, yeah. When it comes to block stuff, high block stun, so that means a lot of mix-up potential. The hit stun is unreal. The fact it hits from literally full screen, also unreal. And man, oh man, oh man, there's a use for every possible situation, basically, right? So, yeah, if you like Bardock already, great. There might be even more people joining the Bardock army now thanks to this assist because it's so crazy. But in my opinion, of all the new B-type assists added to Dragon Ball FighterZ for Season 3, this is easily, hands down, the best one. And there you have it. So this being a top 10 list, it is purely and only my opinion. So if you disagree or, hey, you like something I didn't put on the list, hey, put it in the comments below and we can discuss. But that is what I'm liking so far for Season 3 as it stands. And I'm still so happy they added multiple assists. I'm still over the moon now. I'm so far removed from the initial launch. I still love it. It's great. But anyways, my friends, I guess that's it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. Go out and play some Dragon Ball.